Hello everybody. It is hot here in South Georgia. It is first week of July. You come out of the house and it feels like you got syrup on your face. I wouldn't live anywhere else. Hey, today we're going to work on something here. I'm gonna show y'all. Y'all hear me talk about a drill I do sometimes. It's helped my shooting, and it's actually helped a lot in curing my target panic. Camera ain't just right there, and so it's a little crooked. Y'all got to live with it. But so what it does is, for me, target panic was I would shoot before I hit anchor. I'd shoot out here. And if you watch my videos, you'll see I got one that's called Hunting with Target Panic, where I would draw the bow back and I'd shoot pretty good groups at 15 yards, but I mean, I was never anywhere right around anchor. But I had developed, instead of fighting the target panic, I just developed a system that worked, that allowed me to hunt. And I took a lot of animals like that. But there's a cure for that, and it's not any kind of stuff that you do during the shot while you're hunting. You do it when you're not hunting to make it where your shooting is automatic. You know, in the videos you heard me say, you gotta have, when it's hunting time, when it's time to go hunting, all of your focus has to be on the spot that you're bearing down on in front of the bow. It can't be no thinking behind the bow. Everything in front of the bow. In doing this particular drill, that I have to credit Mr. Donnie Wilkerson for, because he gave me a book that I read about it in the book, and for the life of me I can't remember the book. Because some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Maybe Donnie will watch this and comment in the comments and say the title of the book. But anyway, I credit him for that because it helped my shooting a lot. And so and basically it's called a 3-second drill. I've talked about this before, but people have been asking me about it. And basically what you do, you know, when you're shooting for accuracy and you're hunting, your thought process, again, has to be in front of the bow. But the drill we're doing here, we're practicing form. Remember, we just did a video on getting your form right. Well, this is a drill for practicing for form. And the style of shooting I use, which is a kind of a modified hill style method, I'll come up, draw the bow to anchor, and shoot just that quick. But this drill, but where my shortcomings at, and a lot of people is, I mess around and start shooting in front of my anchor. But this style of shooting allows me to, if I'm bearing down on my spot, I'm still gonna hit pretty deer killing close. But we wanna hit anchor every time. So this drill allows me to, through repetition, and I've got much, much better. Even the last couple of weeks, I have really improved. And what made me start back bearing down on this drill is I went hunting with a buddy the other day, and we were shooting, and my arrow was flying kind of crazy. And I know my stuff was tuned and set up, and my form had went lacking. So I got out here, and when I wasn't working, I had the opportunities. I've been working on nothing but not worrying where I hit, but working on my form. And it's got back automatic again. And it's something that you have to continue to work on. And so I would encourage you every time, before you, even in the tree stand or wherever, when you're hunting, you get out of the truck, you do this drill a couple of times, and you don't have to shoot the bow to do it. You can do it in the house. But what I do is, I work on everything behind the bow right now. I focus on gripping the bow. You know, I told you how I grip the bow. When I start putting tension, I'll relax my hand and let the bow go where it goes. I turn my hand, let it fall in place, and close my fingers around it. Every shot. That's the first step of my shot. And I'm not worrying about picking a spot. That's actually the first step of my shot, bearing down on the spot. But we're not worried about where we hit now. We're putting thought into every part of our shot. So I grip the bow correctly. That makes it be consistent every time. And let me knock the air up. I got some raggedy feathers right here. And then I grab my string. Some people say address the string. I just grab the string with a very deep hook. Got the bow grip right here, and I'm on my spot. I'll come up. You notice how the swing draw works. It's push pull. I come up to here, and about right here I come straight back to anchor. And I hold at anchor. I close my about right in here somewhere, say right at 90% draw. I close my eyes, and that puts my focus on my anchor hand. I come back, I feel anchor, I hit anchor, 1, 2, 3. And a lot of times if I'm outside here, then I'll open my eyes and get back on my spot and actually shoot, and usually make a really good shot like that. But the whole idea is to build that, and I got no intention of holding for 3 seconds when I'm shooting at an animal. But if I hit anchor and have to on a live animal, well, I've built some practice into that, right? But also, out of habit of hitting the anchor and feeling that anchor and holding, when it's time to shoot that hog or that deer, I don't have to think about it because I've done this drill over and over and over. I come up, I'm bearing down on my spot, come back and hit anchor, and I shoot just that quick. But the whole idea of it is to get to a solid anchor. And you guys that are just beginning, you got to have solid form to build on. Got to give it a good foundation. And so, I mean, basically I'll draw the bow and do a couple and let you see what I'm doing here. Daisy went and laid right in the way. What's wrong with her? Daisy, you got to move. Thank you. All right, remember, we're not worried about what we're hitting. We're working on behind the bow. All right, you can't see what I'm doing here, but I got my grip, adjust the string, come up. 1, 2, 3. Let down. If you're really struggling with target panic, don't open your eyes, let back down. Do that drill over and over and over. And then start opening your eyes, getting on your spot, and then let down. You do it in steps to beat this target panic. This time I'm gonna draw the bow to anchor, count to 3, open my eyes, get on my spot, and shoot. That was a pretty good shot there. My elbow, one thing I'll show you here. One thing, if you hold it anchor very much, there's got to be some push-pull going on. If you don't, your release will really, really suck. Some people hit anchor here, push. My buddy Jason, he pushes with his hand and it causes that push-pull even though he's only moving one thing. For me, and you come to anchor here, and a double anchor don't have to be 2 spots at once. You come to anchor and shoot. When you release, your thumb comes behind your ear. That's your double anchor, even though the second part of it is after the shot. Get a good hold on my bow, same grip every time. Pick my spot, bear down on it. Close my eyes. 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's the 3-second drill. And if you're struggling at parts of it, then don't open your eyes. Get where you can hold every time and let down. Then draw back, then open your eyes. And if you have to, let down. If you get panic mode while you're trying to get back on your spot, just let down. Everything you do has to be a positive influence on your shot. You can't do anything. If it starts getting panicky, stop, let down. Because we're working behind the bow right now. That when you draw the bow, you get where you can draw the bow, open your eyes, and when I say get back on your spot, don't look at your arrow, look at your spot. Bear down on it. After you open your eyes, then shoot. You get where you can do that really good, draw the bow back, and never close your eyes and hit solid anchor, count to 3, then shoot. And you mess around and get a little bit panicky, go right back to closing your eyes. You keep doing this drill, and I promise you that it will make you be more in control of your shot, and it'll also make it where you can start shooting without thought. And that's the ultimate goal, because once you shoot without thought behind the bow and you're bearing down on the spot that you want to hit, you're gonna start hitting it. When I say bearing down, we ain't looking, we bearing down, right? And I shot out here a while ago. They doing some bulldozer work back there, so I couldn't film, and it was all kind of bells ringing and dump trucks and stuff like that. But I made some of the best shots that I've made in years, simply because I dug into this 3-second drill. And then every now and then I would just put the focus in front of the bow instead of behind the bow, and I made perfect shots. I mean, really good shots. Really cool thing about this is my Nate Steen Sunset Hill. People getting on me said, don't put it in the dirt. It ain't in the dirt, it's on my toe. But I'll go ahead and tell you right now, Nate built this bow for killing. And I'm not going to abuse it and try to scratch it up, but if it gets a scratch on it, I assure you it will be a mark of character. And I won't baby it, it's for hunting. But anyway, let's forget about that. I'm shooting, I got, those 2 arrows are 100 grains difference. They're the same spine. This is how forgiving a bow is with wood arrows. One weighs 690 grains and the other one weighs 590 grains. Same length, just one has 100 grains more in the point. They both shoot like bullets out of this bow. And the one's got really raggedy feathers. So anyway, this 3-second drill, it will help a lot if you do this drill. And he actually had a 10-second drill but I shake too much to do that. And it'll help you build muscle a little bit as well in your shooting form. And but another thing, you guys just starting, you don't need a 90-pound bow to kill stuff. This bow here is 47 pounds at 25.5. And even the donkey over there is saying that it'll kill anything that walks in Georgia. You just got to hit them right. Y'all keep the good Lord first, and your 3-second drill needs to turn into a 3-minute or a 30-minute or a 3-hour drill at home of prayer and reading the Word, so that you can get to heaven without even thinking about it. All right? Y'all keep the good Lord first. See you next time.